Namaste. On the second International Yoga Day, many great yogis have message for the mankind. But for me, I would just to be a very simple, humble, small person. So all that I do is a day for respect for the Yogeshwara Shiva or Yogeshwara Krishna or Yoga Sreshta Vasishtha Yoga Acharya Patanjali, who have set this idea of yoga for eternity in this particular culture. In this context, I would like to recollect that while giving the whole idea of yoga in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna in 7th chapter gives a shloka, which is a very, very important shloka as far as I'm concerned. That is, Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit yatata siddhayet yatatamapi siddhanam kaschin mam veti tatvataha. Out of thousands of people, one will go in this particular path. Out of thousands of such people who are in this particular path, one will reach me. When you look at this from the analogy of a mango tree, it suits very well because at the time of season of flowers, the mango tree has millions of flowers, but one wind blows away 90% of those flowers. What remain 10% will become small little raw fruits. Another big wind and associated with a huge rain will almost take away 90% of those fruits, and what remain on the plant will become finally the mango fruits, and the farmer says this year we have wonderful crop. That means to say, in the nature's law itself, the base is very wide like in the pyramid, and as it comes onto the top it will be narrowed down. The same way in the field of yoga also, the lot of people who come towards yoga out of large number of population that is there. Unfortunately, what happened today with the given boost to yoga at the international level, many people are now practicing yoga, very authentic yoga all over the world. That is fine. But then what happens is that out of millions of such people who go forward, only very few will reach to the top. How do we understand that? There are two ways that it diverts our attention to go towards further ahead. One way diverting attention is the negative way of diversion, that is, a small little bug enters into the mind that I have no proper time, facility, or laziness. These are all the things which will come in the way. Of course, we need to counter that, so that we need to make yoga a progressive journey. But then apart from that, there are some positive things also which can really attract us and divert our attention. And that is where unfortunate thing that happens today in the world of yoga that you see. Yoga definitely gives us the benefit in the form of improving your willpower, improving your confidence, or improving your health. After all these things are our own nature. Confidence is within our nature. Health is our own nature. But then with the help of yoga, all these things will improve because yoga is going towards your nature. That's what is very definition of yoga as given by Patanjali, the yoga scientist. And he says that chitta vritti tatha drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam. Man goes back into his nature, swarupa. So this practice of yoga, in the process of taking us towards that our swarupa, will be taking us in touch with our own nature called health. Health comes from the consciousness itself. The healing process is there within us. And that's why when we go to the doctor with a broken, fractured limb, he will put the piece of bone together and say that don't move this hand so that the body, the fracture, heals by itself. He does not heal. Healing power is within us. Memory is within us. So, with the help of yoga, we are going to this particular thing so that our health, our wealth, our manifestation in this world outside performance will all improve. But unfortunately, if that becomes our attraction, then we are misguided. They become our motivation, fine. but they cannot be our attraction. There is a big difference. When we get attracted to do that, that means all this journey also will not help us to go further, but we go towards the material prosperity, material betterment. Unfortunately, today, so many people are geared up even doing about the research in yoga and all those things to see that how it can help in the case of diabetes, hypertension, various health conditions in the management and in the business, so that you can become a successful businessman. You can do all those things. This is one aspect of it. And that's what Krishna also motivated Arjuna to take the arms. That's why when we refer to Yogeshwara Krishna on the other side, Tatra da Partho Dhanurdharaha, that means to say somebody who has taken the weapon in his hand and ready to jump into the action. Fine, it makes us into activity, that's very good. But at the same time, that we need to continue to do the inward journey. That's why the one aspect that is there outside is supposed to be Kshema, and the other aspect of finding out deep inside our own nature is what is yoga. Therefore, yoga Kshema, both these things have to go hand in hand together. If we are touching that consciousness for a moment here and there, if we are getting benefit, what about being in that consciousness all the time? Going into the very, very wealth of that particular consciousness itself, being one with that, which is our own nature. This is what is important. This is what is basically our culture, which is supposed to be an inward journey called yoga. And outward, this effect of this is what we see in the form of harmony, respect, and also in the form of respectability. This is what, in the recent address of our Prime Minister, beloved Modi ji, in American Congress, he says that it's not only the wealth, but values to the society. Wealth belongs to the world outside. Values to the society is what the yoga is supposed to give at the inner level. He also said humane and prosperity in the world. Prosperity belongs to the world outside, and the humane is what you need to become. He has given a big boost to the whole idea of yoga at the global level. Now it is up to us to see that we develop this humaneness. That means to say we respect mutually. We try to see that others are valued and respected. We do not unnecessarily try to underpin others. Let us not have this jealousy. Let us not have this hatred towards the others. There is what Swami Vivekananda also emphasized when he said that each soul is potentially divine. And this divinity has to come from within outside. That's why it is called as a beautiful harmony universe. And this is what our beloved Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he said that there is a new symphony in play. Let us bring in that symphony. The play is the world outside, but yoga can bring in that particular symphony which he referred to. So let us pray all these great acharyas of yoga bless us on this particular occasion so that we prosper in the field of yoga, both external and internal. That's what is yoga and the Kshema. Namaste.